Are we? That was the thing. Okay. Hi, everybody. We're here. It's Sunday night, and we're going to play Pathfinder 2E Giantslayer, hosted by our friendly GM, Mike. Uh, we're all affiliated. This is Rough Magic Games. Did you know that you're here? Hi, welcome. If you want to learn more about us, we run Gamemaster services in a city or a computer near you. I just dropped the link in the chat for you. We also stream throughout the week, well, at least regularly on Sundays. You can catch us here on Twitch. Like today, right now, we're going to do Giantslayer, Pathfinder. Next Sunday, Richard, somewhere around in here, is going to do another Pathfinder 2E campaign, Gears of Revolution. Same time, same channel. Bookmark it, subscribe, give us all of the good clicks, but most importantly, brace yourselves. And if you're not watching this now, well, thanks for seeing us on YouTube. I'm done talking. Somebody else take over.
One of these days, we'll get that opening transition spot on.
No, it's meant to be messy on purpose.
It will happen at some point. Welcome, everybody, to Giantslayer. Where to begin?
I remember my character is mucking the stables.
Yes. In the aftermath of the raid of True Now, the council gathered information from the prisoners from Screed and determined that they had come from a place called Red Lake Fort, 200 some odd miles to the north. They arranged travel on a riverboat. The boat is called the Trellish Devil. The captain is named Rag Bloodtusk, who you met, as well as his first mate, Halrex. We are going to pick up on your first real day of boat travel. Everybody picked a job last time. Travers was voluntold to muck the stables because he tried to suck up to Rag, and Rag wasn't having it. He knows a kiss ass when he sees one. Esther decided to help out in the kitchen. Seven, in true Seven fashion, climbed the rigging into the crow's nest using his inside ropes. While our friendly neighborhood Jaytham decided to do some rowing.
Friendly and neighborhood. Being associated with Jaytham just was like
friendliest guy. And also just yes.
There's a stable hand with me right now, right? During the day?
No.
Oh, I thought there was one. I thought somebody was already.
There is somebody who helps, who you like alternate shifts with, but it's your stable at the moment.
It's my stable at the moment. Great.
Yes.
I'm going to Huckleberry Finn this. I'm going to just attack the waist with vim and vigor.
Okay.
And I'm going to whistle.
You're going to whistle. Okay. What do you whistle? Any jaunty tune?
I'm going to whistle, growing up on the streets, you hear a bunch of bawdy songs. I'm going to whistle one of those.
The only reason I ask is horses tend to get spooked.
This is not a spooky song that I'm whistling.
Okay. I
It's
don't
very
think it
calming.
matters.
Very calming.
You're not whistling Thriller or Monster Mash.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm not whistling the Friday the 13th theme. I'm just whistling very calming, like soft jazz, if you will.
Mm.
Can I have you roll a nature check, please?
Oh boy. I just need to keep my mouth shut. What do I roll for that?
Go to your skills tab. The looks like a hand,
Yeah.
and then click on nature.
Uh-huh.
The die icon, and then a little thing will pop up.
Yeah. Oh, let's get out of there. I'm gonna roll. It's a 15.
Horses seem fine. They don't seem to be spooked or unnerved at your whistling.
I would have
Wonderful.
so loved it if like the entire adventure had been capsized because you whistled at a horse and it just like freaked out and somehow sunk the boat and we had to walk the rest of the way.
If there had been a crit fail, Seven was going to see Travers' little body fly over the railing from a horse kick.
Great. I may be pushing my luck. The last thing I'm going to do, I think Esther would appreciate this. I'm going to try to befriend the horses in like
Sure.
a very, calming. I'm not going to like make sudden movements. I'm going to slowly walk up to them, start petting them, maybe brush them, give them some oats. I'm going to slowly start to befriend the horses throughout the day.
You rolled well enough that they aren't going to shy away. They are used to people to some degree. They're on a boat.
Mhm.
People come and go all the time with them. You're able to ingratiate yourself with them so that they don't give you the side eye anymore when they see you walking around.
Is Rag's horse in there? And can I identify it?
No, but you can roll. What would be applicable for this? Survival.
Okay. That's going to bode well, I'm sure. That's a 14 with my modifier.
14. So there are 4 horses total in here. There's only 2 tokens because I can only fit 2 tokens on the map.
Mhm.
They don't appear to be for riding. Instead of the normal saddles and tacks and the like, you see what looks to be yokes and very long coils of rope.
Okay.
With your 14, you've heard of riverboats. Occasionally, when the current is against them, it's difficult to row, and if there's not enough wind, the sails can't get them to move, so they will use draft horses out onto the banks of the river to pull the boat against the current. It's slower travel, but it's better than going backwards.
And anything else of interest in the stables?
No.
Just a bunch of horse
Just
waste.
a bunch of excrement.
Perfect.
Yeah. Much less now that you've mucked it.
I'm a mucking fool.
The horses are happy that their area is clean. Esther, we're going to go to you next.
Okay.
You are shown into the kitchen, and you see a man there.
Yeah, I like this guy with his little hat.
Yeah. He's kind of small for a half orc. He's very like thin, gangly. He's very meek and you get that sense just from the way he is speaking. He doesn't make eye contact with you as you come in. He says, "Hello, I'm Gajnak. It's a pleasure to meet you."
You must be the chef.
No, chef's a strong word. I'm a fair cook. That's it. That's why they stuck me in here.
All right. Well, what are we cooking here? It was Dajnak, you said?
Gajnak.
Gajnak. I'm Esther.
I will type that in the chat for you. Oh, Esther, it's a pleasure to meet you, Esther. Will you? How are you with a knife?
Oh, I'm pretty handy with any tool that you throw at me. Where can I? And I when I want to reach and see if there's like a. I need you to be calm, please. Thank you. Sorry. What was I doing? Oh, I want an apron. I want like a to see if there's a rag or something like that I can like tuck into my belt and like start to make myself at home here in this kitchen.
Yeah. Just one thing you said. You should never throw a knife. It's dangerous. Here you go. Here's an apron for you, and here's a rag. Not the captain rag. That's mean. There's a towel over here you can use, and we just need to cut up some of these vegetables for the stew for later.
I can do that. I'll take the knife extra gently from him, and just.
Oh, be careful.
Of course. Wouldn't dream of any of that. Just diced, sliced, minced.
Yeah. Roll a survival check.
Ooh, okay. I know how to play this game. That is dice on my character sheet. On one of these pages. Survival, untrained. Let's go.
9.
Just a 9.
Oh dear. Those are much too big for the stew. They gotta be a little smaller.
Can I whistle if I work a little bit? Not to steal Travers' move, but I do have bardic. That's when I sing myself a song to literally give myself a boost. Can we just hand wave that and add a +1, or should I roll again?
Well, we're not going to re-roll that particular one.
Yeah.
I'll have you do a separate check, a separate survival check.
Okay.
And we'll add a +1 to this because of your whistling.
Yeah, I'll sing myself a little courageous anthem.
Yeah, you got to cut them much smaller.
Oh, I gotcha. And I start singing, someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. It's in the kitchen, I know. And I get you want me to roll again?
Yep.
Okay. Let's go. Oh, I didn't place the thing. So do I have to do anything on this to add my +1. Yep. Add. I gave it a +1 bonus. Go.
Oh dear.
I distracted myself with my.
At this rate, we'll never get this done for lunch. I really appreciate the help, but I don't think this is going to work out for you.
I am so sorry. You know what I can do is and I cast prestidigitation to I can let me season it.
Sure.
It might be too chunky and not cook down very well, but it will have good flavor.
Looks like somebody's going to be mucking the stables with me.
No, I'm going to make it extra spicy. I want to what are we making? Are we making stew?
Yeah, you were just doing vegetable prep for the stew for later.
Can I turn it in. What are we don't need to actually decide what the food is and what spices I'm putting in there, but can I do this to try to save myself?
Sure. So you
They don't-
cast Prestidigitation, and
I'm imagining I'm turning it into like a chili. Like it was gonna be just like a soup, but I'm like,
Okay.
now it's gonna be like a hearty chili with like deep spices and like a little secret cinnamon or something
Sure.
sweet in there.
he goes to taste it, and he's like, "Oh, I mean, it doesn't look very good, but it's delicious. I'll give you one more chance."
Oh, okay.
And we're gonna jump to the next.
Oh, I thought you were gonna make me roll again. I was like,
No,
oh
no,
no.
no.
That's good.
This is
Okay.
just for your first shift.
Okay, good. Good. I'll be
You
better
almost
tomorrow.
got fired on day one, but you managed to save it with your prestidigitation.
Thank goodness.
Jaytham, we're gonna go to you next. Halrex took you to the second deck. You can see that there are. Actually, you know what? Just so everybody else can see as well, I'll drag your tokens just so you can see what he is seeing, because you're all on different decks.
What are you guys doing here? I thought you had other jobs.
They just came to watch you work.
Oh, well,
We're here to represent parts of your inner psyche.
You see Halrex. She is standing on this sort of raised platform in the center. There's some other orcs down here in the rowing bays. Jaytham, your spot's going to be here in the back. Should be up against the side there. Halrex gets the order from Rag that you're going to be underway, and you see that she starts playing these drums, and all of the rowers who can hear her get bardic inspiration, or in this case, not courageous anthem. What's the other one?
It's not courageous anthem.
I think there's another one.
No, I think you're right.
Inspire courage.
Uh,
I think that's what she has.
Those are the same things, but yeah.
They're the same things?
Yep. They're just different names.
Okay.
Thinking of guidance, I think, or...
Oh, okay. Well, she gives the bardic stuff. Bardic performance like Esther does. Jaytham, can you roll a strength check, please?
Yes. Strength.
I'm sorry, not strength, athletics.
Oh, okay.
I do that a lot. I confuse things in my head.
Athletics. Okay. And I'm rolling. Ooh, I am so close to a natural one. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Sure did.
That would have been so embarrassing. Okay.
Yeah, you are able to match the strength and time with the rowers, helped by Halrex.
Can I use my intimidation to see if I can
Are you going to intimidate the oar?
No, if I can use it to kind of make everybody row a little faster.
Sure.
Yeah.
Roll intimidation.
All right. Hold on. Before you say anything about that 9, don't I get advantage because of my mask or something? My demon mask.
That just grants you a plus.
Oh, it
one
just
to
gives you
damage.
a +1. Okay.
Yep.
Never mind then. All right, so I
Halrex yells at you.
all right, everybody, roll faster. Roll. Excuse me. Roll faster. We're gonna flee.
Don't listen to him, Halrex says. Match my tempo. Could you roll one more athletics check?
One more. Okay. Okay.
Okay. After the dressing down from Halrex, you fall back into the rhythm, and your shift goes smoothly. At a certain point, you hear a horn that signals a change in rowing shifts. So, Jaytham, you are dismissed to go back to the top deck, as well as everybody else. Seven. From your vantage point in the crow's nest. Could you please roll perception?
Sure. I would say, for flavor, 7's up there. And anyone who's probably close enough to hear can probably hear the sounds of, like, bones popping as his head just starts to swivel around 360 like an owl. And you can actually see the skin just, like, twisting around his neck and tauting, then unwinding like a loose coiled rubber band of sorts as it keeps looking back and around. Let me roll perception, you said?
I don't know what I expected, but that's it. Yes, perception.
My entire character is, what's the weirdest thing I can do? And then I do it.
Damn good at it, my friend. 22. Great. So you are doing your weird owl head thing. On one of your rotations past this point, you see that there are these 3 orcs hauling in fishing nets. At some point, when they have a full net that they are trying to pull over the edge, over the railing, you can see the railing begin to bend and then snap. And 2 of them are pulled into the water.
Are these on our ship or on, like, a different ship?
Your ship.
7 will call down. Captain, this one has a question.
Yeah.
What is this one supposed to do if this one sees people fall overboard?
Man overboard! He yells, and he runs over to the railing.
Yeah, I would have seen this too, right? I mean, I'm right there. I'm on the...
Yeah, sorry. You would have been coming up the stairs.
Oh,
so this
okay.
is happening, like, all of this is happening kind of simultaneously.
Okay.
So we're going to put you right at the top of the stairs. Esther in the kitchen, Travers in the stable. 7, with your 22, you see bubbles in the water moving slowly towards the people who fell in. And under the water, you can see these great big dark shapes. And as they begin to splash around, you see the shapes immediately start, like, honing in on them.
She's gonna shout down. This one encourages you to gather those that have fallen overboard as soon as possible. This one sees other things approaching, and Seven will just, with his long taloned fingernails, slice open his belly, pull out his inside ropes, and try to toss it to try and grab, for one of those orcs to try and grab and pull themselves back up on the ship.
Okay. How long are your inside ropes?
50 feet.
50 feet. I don't think you. Well, I don't think you'd have enough because you're in the crow's nest.
Yeah.
You're like 35 feet up. I don't know that they would reach all the way. You might have to come down from the crow's nest to do that.
Well, how far is it from the deck of the ship to the water?
It's 10 feet, I believe.
So that's 45 feet, so
And
my
they
rope's but
are they are
oh, they're a bit further away from me.
yeah.
I see.
I don't have them on the map here. Hold on. NPCs right there. I forgot who I dragged in. I dragged in Shark and Barca.
Is Travers aware of this, or is he below decks or something? Where are the stables? I guess.
So you would actually be technically off the map. You would be like back here. Seven. Actually, Jaytham would be also off the map, but closer to the edge. Esther would be. Well, that's close enough.
So I'm blissfully unaware, just shoveling a bunch of crap
Yes.
and unaware. Great.
And then we are going to roll initiative.
Whoa, the way that the rock music just started as the dice rolled across the screen, that was really something.
Yeah, that made me jump a little bit.
Whoops, that's wrong. Let me delete this and roll initiative, actually. It's better.
Actually, Seven, you can take your 22 from the perception roll as your initiative, can't you? Because you were doing that.
All right.
Travers, can you roll initiative? If you go to the encounters tab at the top in the top right with the two crossed swords, and then click on the dice next to your name. For some reason, it says Wes's character and not Travers.
I need to update his token name.
Oh yeah, I think I did it on the map and not on his prototype token. That's why that happened. All right. Here we go. Travers, it is your turn. You were in the stables, probably 10 feet off of this map. And you heard Rag shout, "Man overboard," and the splashes, and then you had heard Seven yell, "Hurry up, get out of the water."
All right. Well, I'm going to run as fast as I can toward the commotion.
Sure. So your movement speed, I believe you'd have plenty to get there. 30 feet. So you get like right to the edge, the broken railing, and you see them in the water, and then you see these enormous crocodiles coming up after them.
Perfect. And is the rope by me? That 7 through?
His inside ropes.
I guess that's up to 7. But would you 7? Would you still have tossed your ropes down?
Oh, sorry.
No. Okay.
I missed it. Did he?
No, he didn't.
No.
Sorry, I wouldn't. No.
Okay, great. So here I am, halfling rogue. Should have brought a horse with me. I am going to. I believe I have a rope as well. I believe. Let me double check.
Yeah. In your adventuring pack, you would have a rope.
Great.
So just an action to pull it out of your bag.
Pull it out, and I don't know if I can do this, but I want to tie it to the nearest sturdy thing, and then throw the rope down to the.
Sure. So one action to draw it, one action to tie, and then toss the rope. Which one are you going for? There's two of your allies in the water at the moment.
Probably. I mean, the closer one. Who's ever closer?
They're equidistant. They're 20 feet.
Wonderful. I'm gonna do the better looking one, the one on top.
Okay.
That's what she said.
I mean, well done, Richard. Good night, everybody.
Good morning. I'm just gonna have you make a ranged attack.
Okay.
Go ahead and just click your thrown usage of the dagger. So the strike +9 on the bottom of your sheet, or not the bottom of your sheet, but you know what I mean.
Strike +9. Here we go. Roll. That's a natural 20, everybody.
Natural 20.
Oh, wow.
Your aim is impeccable. The rope lands right on this guy. His name's Barca. Rope lands right on him, and he's able to grab it. But that is your whole turn.
My full turn.
Yeah. And unfortunately for him, it is this crocodile's turn. The crocodile was about... Yes, sorry. Oh, that's weird. I set it to a lower volume, but then it reset itself to a higher volume. Let's turn it off. So the crocodile was about 15 feet below the surface. So with its first action, it goes all the way, finishes its closing. Does aquatic ambush.
I'm sure this will be fine.
Yeah, Barca is going to be off guard to this attack. Miss. Second action is going to be to try and strike him with his tail to stun him. See if that works. Critical fail. Off to a great start is this crocodile.
That's good.
Oh, that's his whole turn. Oh wait, no, because the aquatic ambush, he was able to move and strike. So his last action is he's going to try and grab him to pull him under.
Mm.
And natural 2. So he fails. These guys they're just really bad at being crocodiles. 7, it is your turn.
So I have an above the table question, kind of. Can I tell whether these two orcs that are in the water are fairly hardy? Like, and by that I mean, like, if I cast a damaging spell on them that would get them out of the water, will it kill them?
Probably wouldn't kill them. One of them, the one to the south, looks pretty beefy.
Alright, then I'm gonna do him. Alright.
The one that has the rope is probably the weaker of the two.
Alright, then I'm not gonna do him. I'm gonna do the one that's beefy that doesn't have the rope. I'm just gonna shout out, this one recommends you do not resist, and this one will pull you onto the ship. And Steven's gonna reach out towards that orc, and you can see that orc, the skeleton inside of the orc suddenly pulse as if it's being pressed up against the skin. Steven grabs the skeleton and just pulls him entirely onto the ship, and I'm going to cast Bone Shaker.
Okay.
It's
Oh my
100-foot
God.
range. I'm going to do all 3 actions, which should allow me to move the target up to 25 feet.
Okay.
So it's up to him whether or not he's going to choose to resist or not. I'll get him out. So
These faces.
I'm gonna say
I
he
don't
does
want to be
not
grabbed by the
resist.
skeleton.
he does not resist.
I think
Wait. No.
I think because you yelled "Don't resist," I'm gonna get you out of the water. He would. I mean, it probably is uncomfortable, but he would go with it.
Cool.
3d8
That's a
bludgeoning damage to your your spine. Sorry, pardon my French. I'm just really upset.
That's why I asked if he was beefy.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your damage.
That's more than uncomfortable.
Of course, I roll well on damage.
He takes 18 points of damage.
It's alright, I have stabilized, he's fine.
Yeah.
I can do it next time.
25 feet will get him right behind Travers. You see him land and then immediately vomit.
Yeah.
He was probably vomiting as he was being forced through the air.
Oh.
That would be extremely uncomfortable.
Mm. That is
Next time, just kill me.
This one is great for you, Arlag. This one, remember though, what you have said, but this one wishes you a more predictable death. I'm gonna look at the next one, make sure he gets out. If not, I'll do the same thing next turn.
Jaytham, it is your turn.
So, has the orc that Travers apparently thinks is so hot, has he caught the rope at this point?
Yes.
Okay, I am going to yell to him like, hold on, and I'm going to start pulling him up onto the ship.
Okay. So it would just be one action to get over by Travers.
Okay.
And then go ahead and do athletics.
All
You're
right.
not really attacking, it's just a strength check to pull. 20, that is enough to pull him closer. And if you would like, you can do it again to get him up. I'll say that gets him close to the ship. One more success to get him up onto the deck.
Do I need to roll at some sort of disadvantage or anything?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, just a straight athletics check.
Okay. Athletics. Where did it go? I just had it. Okay, there it is. All right. Oh. Why isn't this working? Skills. All right, 1 second. I'm sorry. Athletics again. All right. Oh no,
Oh,
that's
no.
no good.
You
You have a
pull
hero
so
point?
hard that you pull the rope out of his grasp.
Oh, I do have the hero point.
You do have a hero point.
So can
If
I
you would like to
roll?
reroll that, you can.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll again.
Okay.
It's not a 1 at least.
It's not a 1. It's not enough to get him on the deck, but he is like 5 feet out of the water. Just someone else needs to give him a pull the rest of the way. Actually, strike that. It's his turn. He's just gonna climb the rest of the way. He's gonna yell at you to brace yourself, and then he's going to like rappel. You know how they like walk on the wall with the rope up. He's gonna do that, and he is strong enough that he can get out of the water. They're out of the water. They've been saved. With that, we will end that encounter. The crocodiles kind of thrash at the water, but seeing their prey escape, they just leave. And we go back. Move everybody closer. I'd say by this point, Esther, you could have come back down.
Yeah, I kind of, just for flavor's sake, I almost wonder if I didn't make it up to the deck and I was just like, there's like a galley window or something. I was like, what?
Yeah. Well, the door to the kitchen was open, so you would have heard the exchange,
Oh,
even if you didn't actually get out. So it's up to you if you leave the kitchen.
I mean, if it happened so fast and it seemed like there would have been like both shouts of dismay and then also like shouts of relief pretty shortly within, even before I had the ability to like wipe my hands, put down my chef knife, like, so I'm like standing in the hallway like, what? Oh,
You just
that's-
hear, oh no! Oh, never mind.
yeah, literally, yeah.
No, everything's okay.
Help! Thank you. Okay, what do you guys do? The two dripping orcs are on the deck. You see Rag like just checking to make sure they're okay. And Rag is like, "What happened?"
I treat these orcs as if they are just like a piece of equipment on the boat. I have no emotional attachment to them. I did want to pull them out because I figured that was kind of part of my job. But now that they're safe, I'm just going to walk away. Like, I don't even check on them. I just like walk away and maybe go to the back of the boat, keep an eye on the crocodiles just to make sure that they're not going to charge the boat again. But other than that, no.
Okay. I'll
What?
put Jaytham kind of down there.
What fresh hell does 7 do?
This one does not understand what you mean. This one simply bought one of his shipmates upon board.
Okay. Travers gathers his rope because I want to keep that rope.
Mhm.
And I'm going to cross over to Rag and the orcs. I'm going to check in on them. Just be like, hey, you guys okay?
You see the one that 7 saved shaking his head. He can't even speak. He's just like, "No, I'm not okay."
And Rag's right there, right?
Yeah, he's this guy here.
Okay, cool. Hold on 1 second. Where's my inventory? I need to buy myself some goodwill here. I don't have enough healing. Okay, never mind. I was gonna give him a healing potion, but I'm gonna be stingy. And I'm just gonna pat the guy on the back, just be like, "You're alive. That's all that matters."
This one can heal them if he needs it.
Oh, you don't have healing tools. I was going to say you could roll medicine, but I think you need healing tools to do that.
Yeah.
But 7 can heal them.
7 would just climb down like a spider, or rickety elbows and everything. Get there, and I'll just roll a cheat wounds check. I need to target something. Just gonna target. I'll just target that one for the hell of it.
They're all pretty much the same. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and for Travers' first time, so 7's healing tools are basically like these rusted, filthy, like embalming tools that he pulls out of his like rucksack, and he just starts going to work trying to stitch up the wounds, or taking care of the bruising, or maybe a few leeches. I guess because internal bruising, he'll just have like a jar of leeches or pull out, and he'll just like stick a few on them. We'll do a cheat wounds check.
Good. That's about what I expected.
Yep. Just 6. That's fine.
Okay.
So, is there any magic tied to that, or is it just
No.
great?
So 7 and Travers, since you're right there, you hear Barca, who was one of the guys who fell in, trying to explain to Rag that they don't know what happened. The railing just snapped.
This one believes that you were perhaps trying to pull in too heavy of an object, and simply the railing broke under the weight of it.
That's nonsense, Rag says.
Can Travers check the railing where it broke to see if there was like any foul play? Maybe someone sawed it.
Absolutely. Go ahead and do perception.
Oh, I love that for me. Perception. That's a 4 plus a 9, so that's 13.
The only thing that you can see is you go to the point where the railing failed, and you see that it was not a clean break. It looks like someone cut most of the way through without cutting all the way through, and then the strain from pulling the rope snapped it.
Okay, so it was sawed part of the way through. Got it.
Yes.
Hey, Captain Bloodtusk. Check this out.
He looks down at the railing.
You see this right here? This was sabotage. You see how it was sawed most of the way through?
Shut up.
There's somebody aboard this ship.
He says, shut up. Stop talking. You and you. And he points to 7. Follow me. The rest of you back to work. And he's going to bring you into his study, his quarters. The both of you.
All right.
And then he shuts the door. And as soon as the door is shut, he rounds on you and he says, do not ever broadcast anything like that in front of my men again. Any concerns like that need to be brought to me in secret.
I apologize. I did not mean to broadcast it. I wanted you to overhear, but maybe my voice carries more than I think. So I do apologize.
From the deck, Jaytham says, yeah, it does. It really does.
Wow, he's got good hearing. You see Rag, he looks to 7 and he goes, do you agree with his assessment that the railing was sabotaged?
This one has not known that one for very long, but this one finds him to be a trustworthy person, and he has no history of lying or other deceit. This one does not believe he has ever told a lie.
That's the nicest thing I've heard all day.
You see Rag like shake his head, and then there's like this brief moment where this rage envelops him, like his eyes go bloodshot, and he turns and he punches the wall. And he goes, blast it.
Hey, I get it, and I start speaking. I start whistling that soft jazz again. No, I'm just kidding. So I walk up to him. I'm like, I get it, but do you realize that I am in a prime position to figure out who is sabotaging your ship? Nobody looks at the people shoveling the ship, but nobody knows more than the people shoveling the ship. I could find out who sabotaged the railing for you.
Roll diplomacy.
Okay. Diplomacy. Okay, that's not a bad one. That's a 5 plus an 8. It's a 13.
You see Rag just like trying to control himself, and he goes, you don't understand. Everybody on this crew has been with me for decades. I trust them implicitly with my life.
And
if there's a saboteur on this boat, I'd sooner believe that it was one of you as opposed to one of my men. But it could not have been one of you.
The other option is somebody snuck onto the ship and sabotaged it while it was in port, or there is a saboteur that we haven't seen yet. Is there any chance that somebody was able to do this while your ship was docked?
No, it's not possible.
Not possible.
They would have had to walk on the deck in front of everybody.
And Seven, you're nightmarishly smart. What do you think?
This one will keep their eyes out for a sabotage. This one believes that we should tell Esther and Jaytham as well.
You see Rag like tapping his foot, and he says, it definitely could not have been one of your party. You've not been on the boat long enough to do something like that, and you've been under direct supervision of one of my crew for the entire time. That is the only reason I'm going to trust you with this. But you cannot, and I want to repeat this so you understand, you cannot let them know that I suspect that one of them is a traitor. You do this, but you do it clandestinely.
Of course. May I ask, is there anybody that you've disciplined lately?
Discipline everybody on the crew. It's my job.
Maybe discipline more harshly?
No. As I said, I trust everybody on my crew implicitly. I cannot look at this objectively.
Okay. And who were the orcs that were dragged overboard? Pongo and who?
It was Sharg and Barca.
Sharg and Barca. I think they're in the clear. We will let Jaytham and Esther know, and we'll keep an eye out.
Great. Sorry for losing my temper.
It's okay.
He just like opens the door. If you don't mind, I need to think.
One last thing. How many crewmen do you have, or crew people?
Eight. 9, including myself.
So all we have to do is go through the other 6 people. I'm assuming you didn't do it, and I'm assuming Sharg and Barca didn't do it. All right. Thank you.
You're very welcome. You have free reign of my ship while you conduct your investigation.
Thank you. Travers is going to go back down to the stables and finish his shift. Let me know when I'm relieved.
You're relieved. Afternoon break. While everybody recovers and tries to get back underway.
Let me know when I'm gonna go back to work, but when that replacement guy is that Sharg or Barca?
No. Your replacement would be Gorza.
Gorza, great. Let me know when Gorza comes to relieve me. And Gorza and I are gonna get to know each other a little bit.
Sure. Rag dismisses you from his chambers.
S7 kind of leaves along with Travers. He will look at Rag and said, "This one understands that you apologize for your anger, but this one encourages you to embrace your emotions and wishes you a very predictable death." And then I'll walk away.
That was really nice, Seven.
This one tries to be nice.
Okay.
I'll walk out.
what
I'm
do
going
you
to
guys do
walk.
next?
I'm gonna go loop in Esther on this. I'm saying I'll say to Travers, this one thinks you should tell Jaytham. This one does not want to. And I quickly walk away and talk to Esther.
Right. With that, like what we decided as he's walking away. I didn't forget.
Oh.
So I will tell Jaytham.
Sure.
Do you tell me that you think it's sabotage?
Well, it depends on where you're at.
I'm on the deck of the ship.
Are you by yourself?
I'm at the back. I don't see anybody around me on the map, so I assume I'm by myself.
Yes,
right.
you said you went to the back to watch the crocodiles and make
Yeah, and to brood.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're very good at brooding.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to walk up to Jaytham and I'm going to ask, how's the brooding?
I continue brooding. I don't even make eye contact with him. And I just say, this is how the brooding is.
I'm going to take one of my knives and just nonchalantly chuck it into the water like it's a stone. We're just two guys hanging out. And I'm going to say under my breath, I'm going to say that railing was sabotaged. And Captain
Oh
Red.
my God. Oh
No,
my God. Is it a mirage?
Keep your voice down.
I can't stand it. Someone planned it.
Keep your voice down.
Sorry. Oh my God. It's not a mirage. Did you tell him? Did you tell him it was sabotage?
Jaytham. And I put my hand over his mouth. Are you done?
I just get really excited when someone mentions sabotage or, fighting for the right party or intergalactic robots or anything like that. I just fly off the handle.
Okay, I look
above
around
the table. Like I've been waiting like 15 minutes to do that so I'm sorry.
Real glad.
Yeah.
Real glad. I look around. Is anybody here?
It doesn't look like anybody here. There's too much noise in the kitchen for them to have really understood what was being said.
Great. Okay, Jaytham. Hi. You need to keep this secret and don't talk to anybody about it. okay?
You had me at don't talk to anybody.
Great. But if you see something suspicious, take it to me or Esther, or I guess 7 as well. But don't do anything about it unless you have to, okay?
And you can tell me whatever you want to do. Sorry, I'm getting a message saying that like my video is cutting out. Is anybody? Am I freezing or anything? Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry about
it's spotty.
I think I missed part of what you were saying.
Never mind. It's not worth. It's not worth repeating. But I will like. I hear that you say don't tell anybody. All right, I'll keep this under my hat. Or mask, as it were, and I will just stroll as nonchalantly as possible over to the broken railing and see if I can determine anything else. I mean, you
Sure.
mentioned that he could see that it wasn't a clean break.
Yes.
So
Go ahead and roll perception.
all right. Okay. Perception. Huh. Okay. Sorry. Perception. Okay, 22.
You noticed much the same that Travers noticed. It was sawed about halfway through from the bottom up, and then the strain from pulling the rope over made it snap. What you can also see is the rope was also tampered with. So somebody was trying to make sure that something happened here.
The rope that they
The
were
rope
using.
the rope that they were using to pull the net in.
Okay.
Was also sabotaged.
Got it.
So if the railing didn't break, the rope probably would have.
And I just say under my break, under my breath. Oh my God! It's not a mirage. It is sabotage. I'm telling y'all. That's it.
Do I hear this?
Under my breath. I heard what you said.
He actually walked away from you to go check out the railing. I don't know if you went with
I
him or not.
definitely went with him. I don't trust him. He's going to tell the first person he sees.
All right, so yeah, I acknowledge that to you under my breath that it is a mirage. I mean, it's not a mirage; it's sabotage.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
So we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Now, again, don't talk to anybody about this. Again, if you see something, say something. If you need to do something, do it. But I gotta be honest, Jaytham, you're not the best at secrecy or tact. So just tell me, Esther, or 7, okay? Great. Thank you.
All right. Speaking of Esther and 7, 7, you enter the kitchen and you see Esther doing some stuff, and you see Gajnak.
It's like humid in, and my curls are like kind of standing up in like weird places, and I'm like acting all chill. I'm like, things are great in here. Dinner's gonna be exceptional. What was the commotion happening out there?
2 of the crew fell over the side of the boat. This one grabbed one of their skeletons and pulled them back on board.
Ooh. That sounds painful, 7.
Oh my, that sounds terrible.
Yes. May this one speak to Esther in private for a few moments, and I'll give him like a smile with my lamprey needle teeth, for those rows of them. As friendly as I can try to be.
He's like, this is my kitchen, but oh, you're scary. Okay.
And then he just like walks out the door.
This one finds that people agree with him whenever he smiles. This one believes kindness is the best option. And then I'm leaning close to Esther, and I'll just let her know that what Travers found, that we think it's sabotage. Someone on the ship is sabotaging things, and the captain wants us to figure out who it is, but not to let anyone else know, and to tell Travers or tell Jaytham.
Can you? Okay. Then if you, I didn't see the people who fell overboard, but it must not be them, right? Can you point them out to me at dinner tonight?
This one can. One of them will probably be bleeding from their eyes still, but other than that, the other one is fine.
Oh, okay. That one, okay. All right. I should be able to. I mean, people open up when they get drunk at dinner and things like that. I'll see what I can suss out. You really pulled him by his. Ugh.
This one can show you if you would like.
I am sure that I will find out if I ever need to, but that feels like a less than ideal scenario. I mean, I'm glad that it seemed to have worked, so.
This one hopes to show you then one day.
Uh-huh. Okay.
From outside, you hear,
Excuse me, can I come back in now, please? We got a lot of work to do.
It's just simmering. It's good to let chili simmer and let the spices. Well, I'll see you at dinner. Yeah.
This one will see you at dinner then. I'll walk out. Inside, ropes myself back up to the top of the crow's nest, where I can get myself a 360 view with my owl head.
Sure. Gajnak comes back in to Esther and he goes,
What happened to Shark? He looks terrible.
I heard he fell overboard.
Oh my. That's not good.
Is he? I heard he might be bleeding from the eyeballs.
Oh, both of them.
Oof. That's not something I'd wish on even my worst enemy.
No, not even a little. I guess we should get back to work, huh?
Yeah. Esther wouldn't have done the take in real life, but can I do a little like intentions read on him to see
sure.
like how he feels about it?
Perception.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, because it's over here. Okay. 21.
He seems genuinely concerned for his crewmate. Didn't seem he didn't seem to know what was going on.
Okay.
I think that is a good place to take our break. And then when we come back, we will begin the investigation.
Nice.
Everybody stick around with us. We will be right back.
Cue Beastie Boys. Oh.
And we're back. All right. It's another investigation. Probably should have seen this coming. The entirety of book 1 was an investigation, and then you start off with another one in book 2.
But I wasn't here for the first one, so
This is true.
this is going to go much more poorly.
As long as you temper your expectations.
Yeah.
The ship drops anchor late in the afternoon, so that everybody can relax. They eat dinner. The crew mostly all gathers in this room over here by Rag's office. This is like the crew room, rest room. Not rest room. They don't go to the bathroom in there. Break room, we'll call it. So most of them are in there just chilling. You guys would obviously be invited in there if you would like to be, to share the meal and decompress for a bit. The only people not present are Halrex and Rag.
I don't see any reason why I wouldn't be in there. So,
okay.
But I can't drag my.
I get you.
Thank you.
Yep. What about you three? What would you like? Do you want to join the whole group?
I figure I'm going to come in while serving dinner.
Yeah, you and Gajnak would at least serve the dinner, but then you're free to either take a seat and eat or play moose.
Oh, I'll play. I'm going to play and sit and listen, eavesdrop.
Travers, where do you want to be?
Oh, Mike, let's talk about stealth for a moment.
Yeah.
I am going to. I'm assuming Rag and Halrex are in his quarters.
Yes, they are.
Great. I'm going to mosey on over there. I'm going to see if I can hear anything, but I'm going to sneak so they can't hear any footsteps.
In order to do that, you have to enter the crowded room where everybody is and eavesdrop on the captain's door, which they know not to do.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming the captain's quarters doesn't have any windows or anything that I can.
No, it's also very loud in this room because that's where everybody is. Orcs are not quiet. There's lots of like joking, joshing, rough play going on. People smacking each other, loud, raucous jokes, that kind of thing.
I'm gonna walk in. I'm gonna take a look around. Anybody acting suspicious? Anybody twirling his mustache? Any?
Roll perception.
Oh, perception. Where is my perception?
It is all the way to the left. It'll be under. It'll be above where you roll initiative. Perception has its own special area.
So 12 plus 9, that is 21.
It looks like everybody is enjoying themselves, laughing, joking. The only people not included in the joking are Gajnak and Crothu.
Are they sitting together or separately?
They are separately.
Great.
Sorry, you
So
said Gajnak and who?
Gajnak and Krothu.
Growth. Okay.
I'm gonna sit next to Krothu. I'm gonna get to know this person a little bit.
Okay. You sit down next to him, and he kind of just looks at you. Very. It reminds you of Jaytham's brooding.
Not a big partier, huh?
No, just do my job.
Well, I don't know if you can tell. I'm just came from mucking the stables. What do you do on the ship?
Oh, I could tell. I smelled you before you walked in.
Yeah, I bet my scent precedes me. So I apologize for that, but I'm not much in the mood for partying either, given what happened earlier.
Yeah. That rough business.
Yeah.
But hey, being a sailor's not an easy job.
How long you been a sailor? And what do you do on the ship?
I do a little bit of everything, mostly rowing.
Oh, so you know Jaytham. I think you'd like him. He's also, no nonsense.
I like to imagine that you're like right across the table from me and talking to me like I'm not there.
You mean that guy right there?
Oh, Jaytham.
Yeah, we met. Yeah, we met.
Yeah.
Uh,
We had a shift rowing together earlier today.
Is Jaytham right there, or was that a bit?
No, he's in the room with you.
Oh, okay. Oh, that guy right there. Yeah. Man. I'm just gonna let you eat your food for. I'm sorry to interrupt. And I'm gonna eat my food. I'm gonna drink my ale, and I'm just gonna keep an eye on Krothu for a few minutes.
Okay. He doesn't get up once. He eats his food. He just kind of sits there, listens to the people joking around with each other. At a certain point, he gets up and he picks his way out, and then he walks to the other end of the ship.
I'm gonna get rid of my plate, drink, and I'm gonna follow him silently.
Can you roll stealth, please?
Gladly. That's a 1 plus an 11, though.
You have a hero point. You have a hero point.
You do have a hero point.
Points,
If
a
you would like to
2.
reroll.
I'm going to do. Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh, is this in the afternoon?
Yes.
Great. Halfling luck, baby. Or no, that's a skill check. Yeah, that's a skill check.
Only in the afternoon?
Oh, I don't know. I can do it once per day. So
Oh, I'm like, wait, what?
only when the sun's out. I can.
An opposite werewolf effect.
Yeah. I got halfling luck. I'm gonna re-roll that.
Sure.
That's better. That's a dirty 20.
Yeah, that is better. You see him. He goes up into the kitchen, and then up the stairs in the kitchen, and then you're quiet enough that you can kind of follow him up the stairs, and you see that this is the crew's sleeping quarters. There's hammocks strung up on poles here. This is where the crew sleeps. So you can see the room.
And you also mentioned last time that's where we're sleeping too. Is that right?
Yes. Some of you are gonna have to. There's only 2 available hammocks. The other 2 are gonna need to like sleep on the floor probably.
I'm assuming I'm going to be sleeping on the floor. Uh,
It's new guy hazing.
yeah, I know. What are you going to do? And I don't even know if Seven sleeps, but I'm assuming he just stares into the abyss. So anyway,
if he does, he sleeps with his eyes open because that's creepy.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna. Is Kurothu getting ready to go to sleep, or is he rummaging through stuff?
Yeah, you rolled quietly enough, and he's not really paying attention. He doesn't care. He's just looks like he's getting ready for bed, getting into his hammock.
That. Interesting. I'm going to. I'm gonna walk in. I'm gonna announce my. I'm gonna give like a little cough, like. I'm gonna walk in and I'm gonna like take off my shoes and I'm just gonna be like, I can't believe that the captain just immediately put me on muckraking duty. Like, can you believe that?
Actually, yeah, I can believe that.
Oh yeah? Has he?
Captain puts all the new people on jobs that the rest of the crew doesn't like. Stable mucking's top of that list.
Oh, got it. So you've never had any issues with the captain?
Oh, absolutely not. Rag's a fair man.
Can I? I'm looking at him. Can I sense anything? Lying? Is he shifty?
Roll perception.
Right. That's another dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You believe him when he says that he respects the captain. You don't believe that he actually likes him.
Great. All right. Well, I guess I need to maybe get to know the captain a little bit better. But Halrex seems all right, right?
Yeah, Halrex is great.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't know where I put my clean clothes, but I thought I put them in here. I'm going to. I guess I must have left him in the stables. I'm gonna let you get to sleep, Crothu. Good to talk to you.
Right. See you around, I guess.
Sleep tight. I'm gonna leave, but I'm gonna do a quick listen to see if he does any more shifting.
Yeah, so you can like go down to the bottom of the stairs into the kitchen. It's easy enough for you to find a place to hide in the kitchen. You're a small dude.
I'm a small dude.
You don't hear any noise from up there.
Okay. Does he snore? Is he snoring?
Yeah. He's an orc. I'm sure all orcs snore.
Okay, I wait till I hear the snore, and then I rejoin the group back in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Or not the kitchen, the dinner mess hall.
Okay. What's everybody else want to do?
So first of all, does Jaytham also notice that Golschnack is not joining in on the revelry?
Yes, he's you get the same sense that Esther did. Like he's very meek. He's not. He's kind of a nerd, I guess.
Oh, okay.
The other people just. It's not like they don't like him, but he's very like awkward.
Okay. So it's not necessarily that he's acting suspicious. He's just like he doesn't really fit in with the rest of the crew.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
The other ones, you get the sense like they can all take care of themselves. They're all muscular. Looks like they have battle scars. Gajnak just looks like the odd man out. He's just not one of them.
Okay. I guess, yeah, I would just kind of want to scan the room and see if there is anybody that looks particularly nervous or anything like that.
Sure. Go ahead and roll perception.
Got it. Oh, 28.
Okay.
You definitely see Crothu and I talking about you.
Yeah, it's very hard to miss in a room this small somebody pointing at your face and saying that guy right there. You don't see anybody that looks shifty or suspicious. Everybody is partaking in drink. Even Gajnak is drinking, but he's not obviously as rowdy as the rest. You do notice that Sharg and Tog bear a certain resemblance, a familial resemblance. They're brothers.
And Shard is one of the guys who fell over, right?
Yes.
Tog
is right next to him, and
okay.
That's his brother.
All right. I mean, just in terms of flavor, I'll be like, so do you two always travel together, being brothers and all?
They look at you and simultaneously say no.
All right, fine. Sorry. I'm just making conversation. I just figured, if I had a brother, and I don't, I'd travel with him. I'd work in the same crews and whatnot.
You see Tog put his hand on Shark's shoulder, and he goes, he got me this job. I'm relatively new. I've only been with the crew for about a year.
Oh, right. Have you been on any other boats?
No.
Oh, wow.
I was actually in the fighting pits in Urgir, which is how I know Rag. Most of us have done some time in those fighting pits.
I've served on a few boats myself. And I remember a few years ago, somebody fell in just like your brother did. Somebody fell overboard. It turns out that the railing had been sabotaged. Can you imagine?
No.
Not saying that's what's happening here, of course. Just saying it's a pretty crazy thing that happened, right?
Just because it's fun, roll deception.
Okay. The deception. Ooh, I get a +0, so yeah, 12.
All right. He's like, I mean, I can't imagine anybody on this crew doing something like that, but
yeah,
I mean, sure. I've heard of other some of these guys here have told stories of other crews they've been a part of where stuff like that happened.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, this place seems pretty tight, right? I mean, everyone seems to get along.
Oh yeah, Rag doesn't let you on his crew if he doesn't trust you.
All right. And are you the other than us, obviously, are you the newest crew member?
Yes.
Oh, got it. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and hit the old dusty trail. I am bushed. And I'm going to, I'm just going to leave. I'm going to go back to the crew's quarters. And I will sleep on the floor. I mean, I'll just sit there and kind of like wait and brood for a while. Yeah. But like eventually, I recognize that there's not enough hammocks for all of us, and I will be one of the volunteers who sleeps on the floor.
Okay. Yeah, you get up in there, you brood for a little bit, just you and your best buddy Crothu.
Mm-hmm.
Esther and Seven. What would you two like to do?
I guess Seven would be in the room eating as well with everyone else. Probably unhinging his jaw like a snake before he chows down on anything. And is there an... So, I might be misremembering this, but when the railing cracked and broke off, you said there were 3 fishermen, right?
Yes.
Who's the third?
The third was Sharg. No, I'm sorry, Tog. Sharg's brother.
Oh, okay.
So
I saw
Sharg
Jay.
and Barca fell in. Tog was the third fisherman who was on the deck still.
Alright, who's the one right next to me on the left?
That is Gorza.
Gorza. Has anyone talked to Gorza yet?
Not yet.
I talked to him.
Sure.
This one is delighted to meet your acquaintance. This one calls himself Seven Deaths and wishes to know your name.
I'm Grothu. You eat funny. Anybody ever tell you that?
And by Crothu, did you mean Gorza?
Gorza. Sorry, yes, Gorza.
Okay.
This one has heard that a few times before. That is why this one usually eats in his room alone. But this one is glad to eat with you all.
Don't get me wrong. I like it. I think it's cool.
This one thanks you. This one wishes you a predictable death.
Right. You too, I guess.
This one is grateful to be amongst all of you. Last time this one was on a ship, this one was confined to a closet in the decks below.
Well, I guess good news for you is there are no closets on this ship.
This one didn't mind. It reminded this one of home.
If your home was a closet?
Yes. With rooms and other things. Have you been on this ship long?
Yeah, probably 9 years. I know Rag from the fighting pits in Urgir.
Seven's just gonna kind of study him as he's talking just to see if he's looking suspicious or anything.
Sure. Do perception.
Sure. Oh, perception for 7. That's not bad. It's 24.
Okay. He doesn't appear to be lying. There's none of the telltale signs of deception.
Do you enjoy serving on this ship?
Yeah, it's much better than the alternative, you know? Most of us, after the fighting pits, you're either a mercenary or you're dead. And this is a damn sight better than being a mercenary, I can tell you that.
This one finds that death would be an enjoyable thing.
I do not share that sentiment.
This one encourages you to reframe your way of thinking.
With your 24 perception, you see that he does this weird hand signal on his face, like he touches the tips of his ears and then his nose, which is like an orcish way of like a superstitious thing, trying to ward off. He's no, I don't want to die, which is why I took this job. Rag's a fair man, and as far as jobs go, this is better than fighting for your life in a fighting pit.
Did all of these people on this ship serve in the fighting pits?
All except that one, and he points to the cook, Gajnak, and that one, the woman by Esther, Urug.
Where did that one serve?
I'm not sure how she knows Rag, or I'm not sure how Gashnok knows Rag either. But if, I don't know if you know this, but if Rag doesn't like you or doesn't trust you, you don't get a spot on his crew.
This one is grateful for your time and conversation. This one finds you to be an amicable being. This one wishes you a predictable death. And I'll just unhinge my jaw, just like whatever bowl of soup, just pour it all down my gullet at once.
He lifts his mug and he's like, "You're weird. I like it." And he drinks.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go back up to the crow's nest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Esther, what would you like to do?
All right. My intent is to be the last person to leave this room.
Okay.
I want to pull like I think there's really two ways that I want to try to read this crowd. Number one, I will say like one. Well, actually, first I have a question. Did Rag come down and eat?
The food was brought to him.
Huh. Okay.
As was Halrex's. They're both in his quarters.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, then I will I finish my food kind of fast, and I am watching all of the conversations happening around. And would you like me to roll a perception to like, I want to read the body language of the people that my friends are speaking to while they are like, mostly as it relates to the two people who fell overboard. Even the three. I'll even say the three, although I don't know that I would be aware that there were three people.
Sure. Do perception.
Okay. Lucky 13, dirty 20.
You don't get the sense that anybody is being suspicious or shifty or anything like that.
None of them are like avoiding eye contact or any. Yeah, that would be kind of filed under suspicious, I suppose. Okay.
Well, Gajnak is the only one doing anything like that, but you spent enough time with him to know that that's just how he is.
Yeah, right. Like, okay. I think so. There's two things I would try to do. Number one, I think I might like lean over to Gajnak and be like, "Is it normal for Rag and Halrex to not eat in here?"
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
They He kind of like looks around and he whispers, "They don't know that we know, but they're like, you know, together."
I see. I see. Well, you spend enough time together on a ship, relationships are bound to form and crumble. Interesting.
Yeah. They don't know that we know, so just don't tell anybody.
Sure. Sure. And I would, after I'm like that exchange is with that guy, and then I'm kind of imagining that we're all sitting together, this Urug and Gashnak and I look over and I will be like, "Hi, I'm Esther at Urug."
Hello. It's a pleasure to meet you. Nice to have another female on board.
Yeah, I can imagine. I don't know that I can imagine what your life must be like here.
It's hell. I can promise you that.
I'm not surprised to hear that, though I am sorry. I will.
Before you continue, with your 20 that you rolled for perception,
Yeah.
Tog is behind Gajnak,
Yeah.
and he would have heard the conversation that you had about Halrex and Rag together, and you see a little bit of like jealousy like flash across his face, and then he just like looks away.
Hmm. Uh. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Anyway, back to Urug, if you would.
No. I would like, and I'm trying to work that into the transition I was already trying to make.
Okay.
I want to say something clever, but I'm gonna push it too hard. I noticed that happening, but I try to just play it off like I don't necessarily. Although I say, well, I had been hoping to, I'm a passable cook. I wink heartily at Crash Neck, and I say, but where I really thrive is in the dining room. I thought I might tell a story, and I like whip my hurdy-gurdy around that's like always slung around on my back, and I give it a little crank to warm up the room with some sound. We're all still in here. I look at Urag and I say, any requests?
Whatever you want to play is fine.
Okay. And I'll launch into, I kind of like get up out of my seat and I'll sit up on the table. So I'm a little, even though I'm already really tall, I'm sitting up even a little bit higher. And I start to like tap my feet on the bench and I start to like play a song. And the first song that I play is like a rowdy one about fighting eels in an infested lake, and it's a really cool pirate song about like being really brave and surviving and killing these really mighty beasts, and hopefully people will like sing along with me and we'll like have a good time. And then if I start to feel like people are starting to filter out, especially before Tog can leave, my next one is going to be a tale about heartache, like a love triangle at sea. And about how, but in this tale, the person who wishes that feels like boxed out of the triangle, throws themselves into the sea and turns into a crocodile.
Okay. Roll perception. Not perception, performance.
Great. I have this new hurdy-gurdy. Do I have to click that to do it? My maestro's instrument?
I don't believe you need to click on it.
No, you shouldn't need to. It should automatically add.
Great. Performance. Nice.
That's pretty good. 28. So everybody thoroughly enjoys that first song. They do sing along with you. Gajnak, out of character, out of his character anyway, sort of like sings with you, but he's off key.
Bless his heart.
Yeah. For the second song, go ahead and do performance for that one as well.
Okay. You know what? I have 2 hero points.
Okay.
I mean, well, what?
It's technically a 20 already.
Oh, is it?
It's the +1 bonus from your mistress instrument would make that a 20.
See, it's not adding it in there.
Yeah,
well,
I'm gonna fix it right now, so...
Oh, thank you. Okay, well then I'll take the 20. The 20 is fine. That'll be fine.
Gajnak is weeping at the end of the song. You also see Tog, like a lone tear goes down his cheek.
Okay, one more song to close out the night as people are leaving.
Okay.
And this one is about brotherhood, and it's about home and making it home alive after adventures. And this one is not so much like a Hamlet's play thing as more of like, this is a little bit of Esther feeling homesick, and trying to like, and just really being a part of the people. Like she gets emotional too while she sings this. So like we're all
Sure.
kind of like emotional together.
Okay, let's do one more performance check.
Great.
This is what bards do. Excellent.
I don't know. And that's even maybe technically a 26 because I don't know if it's adding my bonus still. Yeah.
It is a 26. Everybody loved everything you played. You see Sharg and Tog as they're walking out, like they put their arms around each other's shoulders. Gorza and Barca kind of like high five and walk out with Urug, and Gashnak follows right behind them.
If I'm the last one now, I think what I would like to do before going to bed is take Demas with me. Take Demas with me up to the deck. I just want to go look at what's there and maybe let Demas smell around.
Sure. Let me move the NPCs out of the way.
This might be a little bit of retconning, but while they're filing out, I'm going to grab 2 mugs of ale, and I'm going to go to the stables, and I'm going to wait for Gorza to relieve me.
Oh, it's the end of the day.
Oh!
You're good. After lunch, you would have like taken over. So while you were doing your stuff with Jaytham, he had taken the afternoon shift.
Dang it. I'm going to get that Gorza. I really want to get to know that guy.
It's not a 24-hour job. The horses are not trying to escape.
Yeah. They can only poop so much.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're messy horses. Then I'm gonna follow Gorza and Tog. What was it? Tog?
Tog and Sharg, the brothers.
No. You said Gorza walked out with Barca.
Yes.
I'm just gonna follow them.
Okay. They go. Everybody's like heading up to the crew quarters to sleep.
Okay. I want to do one last thing, but I don't want to interrupt what Esther was doing. I was going to, because I'm thinking either it's someone on the crew or somebody snuck aboard. Is there any dark corners of the ship that are unexplored that we haven't?
So the only one who's been to the second deck is Jaytham.
Okay. I'm just gonna explore the ship. I'm gonna look into dark corners.
Okay.
I'm going to, check under rocks. I'm gonna do that kind of thing before I turn in.
All right. So before we get to that, let's finish up with Esther.
Right.
Did you?
Yeah. Do you want me to roll perception for
Yes.
both me and Demas? Okay.
Yes.
Here comes mine. Nice. And then let me open up Demas's sheet here and let him roll.
Okay.
All right, nice. I got a 25 and Demas got an 18.
So you take a cursory glance around the deck. You do see what Seven and Travers were talking about, how the railing was like sawed through halfway before it snapped. Demas does some sniffing around.
I guess I don't, and I know I don't really have a good way of communicating this with him directly at the moment, but I'm hoping that he might, and I know it's been a while since this happened, but if he picks up anybody's scent that isn't one of the three fishermen, and then maybe he can signal to me when we see them again. I don't know.
Sure.
Feels complicated, but
He. It looks like he does pick up some sort of a scent, and
Mm.
he begins following it. But then when he gets to the stables, the smell from the stables is kind of overpowering, and he seems to lose it.
Mm.
And then he gets a little confused, not really sure where.
That's fair. I kind of picture him coming over, and I let him put his nose in my hand, and I give him a little scritch on the head, and say, all right, let's we'll go to bed. And it sounds like, are there still 2 hammocks that people are just not sleeping in right now?
Yep.
Oh wait, is wow, I forgot your character's name, Travers. Are you in bed yet, or I'm a little wonky on the timeline at the moment.
Travers went below to the second deck.
Yeah.
Seven's up in the crow's nest, and Jaytham sleeping on the floor in the crew's quarters.
Okay. Well, if
I
not
think
ever,
that you would know enough about Jaytham to know that he's comfortable with that.
yeah, I'm unsurprised to see you there, and I also am kind of unsurprised to not see Seven here. I would leave the other hammock though. I'll just sleep in one. I was gonna take both of them if everybody else was sleeping on the floor. I was gonna be like, oh well.
If Seven doesn't take it, Demas will.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
He'll sleep in the hammock. Why not?
cute.
All right. Travers.
Yes.
You get down. So from the top deck, there are the staircase. There's a staircase that goes up to the kitchen, and then on each side there are staircases that go down.
Okay.
And they put you into this room here. Looks like a storage room. There's boxes and crates all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like some of it's food, some of it is general goods. And then there's a door here.
Oh. Can I, Mike? Let's talk about keen eyes for a second.
Sure.
So I have this, and I'm basically like, it's kind of an excuse just to try it out. I'm seeking other creatures that may be hidden or people. Can I use that here to just kind of like sense if anybody's around?
Yeah. So you'll be using the seek action to attempt to find hidden or undetected creatures within 30 feet of you.
Great. So
you'll get a +2 to that check. So on the basic action macro on that bar on the bottom.
So not only do I get a +9, but I also get a +2, I believe.
Yep. You don't detect anybody hidden in that area.
Great. I'm gonna just check that door.
You
then
feel completely alone there.
Wonderful.
Yep.
I'm gonna check that door.
You check the door. It is unlocked. Kind of poke your head through the. Oops. This looks like the rowing bay.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a door at the other end.
I'm just gonna go through that door. I'm just looking around, just making sure.
This door is locked.
Interesting. How about that lock picking skill I have?
You sure can try that.
You mean I sure can succeed at it? How do I do that?
I believe if you click on the basic action macro, it should be in there.
Pick a lock.
Yep.
$14 + 9, that's a 23.
Yes. You put the lock picks in the lock, and you begin to try to unlock the mechanism. What you failed to see was that the door was trapped.
Great.
Can you roll a reflex save, please?
Yes. If you tell me how to do that.
Over on the
Yep.
left-hand side where you saw perception, there's reflex there at the bottom.
Great. Roll it. It's a 19 plus an 11.
So you had your hands by the lock, and you see these ropes shoot out and like try to wrap you up and grab you. At the same time, there's a very loud alarm sound that sounds. But you're able to dodge out of the way of the ropes.
Well, we're here. I'm gonna open the door.
Sure. I will say you hear running footsteps above you. But you open that door and you peek inside.
What do I see?
You see an extremely large, white-furred, four-armed gorilla inside of a cage, sleeping on the floor.
Great. What else is in that room? Anything I can use?
The gorilla isn't woken up by the alarm that just went off?
No.
No?
That's what it looks like.
Awesome. Great. He's in a cage, right? Safely in that cage?
He is in a cage. It looks like a great big sturdy metal cage. And he's sound asleep.
Wonderful. What do I have at my disposal? So anything else in that room that I can use?
Just see the cage and the gorilla, and then footsteps behind you as Rag and Halrex both come running at the sound of that alarm.
Well, I'm gonna shut that door. And I'm a small person thing.
Uh-huh.
Anything that I can use to hide?
You're probably small enough that you
Can I
could
fit
jump
through those
down
bars?
into one of the rowing bays. So the rowing bays are recessed
Mhm.
sort of into the floor, and the walkway is above you. You're small enough that you could probably hide under one of the benches. So go ahead and roll stealth.
Actually, before I do that, can I fit through those bars that's holding the gorilla?
No,
Dang it.
no. It's not like jail bars, but it's like cross-sectioned, gridded kind of bars.
So roll stealth, you said?
Yes.
I'm gonna use my hero point.
I would encourage you to do that.
Great. I'm gonna do it again.
Okay.
That's a 14.
Yeah. So, what is his? Let's see. It's not enough. So you hear the footsteps coming. You shut the door in a hurry, and you like go to leap over the railing, and you catch your foot, and you face plant into the rowing deck below. Just as Rag and Halrex come running in, and Rag sees you. He's like, should have known it was one of you.
I'm sorry. I heard commotion in this room while I was exploring, trying to find out what was going on. And
Roll deception before you continue.
come on, baby, give me something. Come on with this. It's a 14.
You see him like test the door, and it opens. And he looks at Halrex and he goes, "You're gonna have to reset that trap." And he reaches down and grabs you by the ankle and like pulls you up to look at him, and then he sets you down on the ground. And he says, "When I said you had free reign of the ship, I meant it. Just next time, ask before you try to go through a locked door.
Oh, of course.
And you don't mention that. And he points to the door behind him, to your colleagues. That's going to be our little secret, all right?
I wouldn't dream of it. But how much do you get for one of those things? I mean, my goodness. I'm
Quite a bit
assuming
of money.
I'm assuming that he's like selling it or something. I'm just interested to see what he
Yes.
says.
Yeah. We can get probably 10,000 gold to sell him to the fighting pits.
Wow. Where did you find this guy? This thing? Whew.
In the jungle, very far away.
Whew.
It's not exactly legal. So as I said, this stays between us.
Of course.
What's in that cage had nothing to do with what's happened up there.
I mean, he's locked up. He's
Locked up and drugged.
and drugged.
He's not going to wake up.
All right. Okay. Well, I do apologize. I was just trying to do my due diligence. And I appreciate your understanding. And mum's the word.
Right.
I'm going to, just like at 1.25 speed, I'm not going to believe my luck. I'm going to walk up and I'm going to go to the quarters. I'm going to see that Jaytham's on the floor. I'm going to assume that 7 deaths does not sleep. So I'm going to take the other hammock.
Okay. Before you leave the storeroom, in their haste to get to you, they shifted a box, and you see that there's a trapdoor that's been revealed as the box got moved. Information to file away. You can't exactly go down there while Rag and Halrex are looking at you.
I mean, I'm sure there's nothing down there. I'm sure it's not important.
Probably nothing.
Probably nothing. Great. If everyone's turning in, I'm going to discreetly. So what I would like to do, and I think I can do this. I like to imagine that he keeps like a little calendar or a piece of paper where he's tracking days.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to cross another one off the list, and hopefully no one, and make sure and try like to do it discreetly so no one sees me.
Sure. I mean, everybody's asleep. So you're fine.
Great. Now I'm going to go to sleep, I guess.
Okay. 7, are you sleeping up in the crow's nest?
No, I was just gonna keep an eye out for a little bit. I assume the ship has guards to keep watch throughout the night.
Yes. It looks like Halrex is going to take the first watch. So like you saw that, you heard the alarm that Travers triggered. You saw them run across the deck, and then Rag came back. And then Halrex, you see, is like patrolling the deck now.
If someone's out here patrolling the deck, I feel fine, so, 7 will head back into the barracks, into this room, see that the hammocks are taken. He would just head to like a corner, face the corner, and he will go to sleep standing up with his eyes open, facing the corner. Just like some creepy ass nightmare.
That's
Walking in
even
the corner.
creepier than I imagined it would be.
Huh.
Okay. Everybody go ahead and take your long rest. And we will start a new day. At some point, Halrex comes in to wake up Barca, because it's his turn to do watch. And then the watch will change one more time before morning. Urug will take the last watch. So everybody wakes up in the morning. and it is time to go back to work.
So I hit rest for the night. It turned white. Do I need to like hit it again or something for it to turn red?
Nope, you're good.
Great.
All right. So Esther and Gajnak gonna go into the kitchen. Travers to the stable. All right. Seven can go up to the crow's nest. Demas will go there. Jaytham to the lower deck. Okay. Let's start with Esther cooking breakfast with Gajnak first thing in the morning. Gajnak is already in the kitchen by the time you get down there.
Okay.
Looks like he was making some like biscuits or something.
Nice. I love biscuits, is what I say. As
This was my mother's recipe.
delightful. Well, I don't want to mess that up. Should I maybe scramble some eggs or fry up some bacon?
Yeah, you could do both of those things.
Great. I will try my best. I am gonna sing while I work just to
Okay.
give myself courageous anthem.
Sure. And then survival.
Yeah. Survival. Survival.
Survival.
Survival. Right. Oh,
All right. Very
it
good
doesn't
eggs.
even it's actually a 20 because it
Yeah.
doesn't show my bardic. Yeah.
Your eggs are great. Bacon is exactly how you like your bacon cooked. Gajnox, wow, this is great improvement over yesterday.
Maybe I'm just not a sous chef. I like the isn't that the person who does the chopping?
Well, kinda.
I don't need anyway, maybe it's just breakfast is my specialty.
Yeah. These are very good eggs. The crew is gonna love it.
Great.
Travers,
Hi.
you get to the stables. And you see Gorza is already in there. Looks like he's feeding the horses. And he
Okay.
says, hey, if you don't mind, I'll take the morning shift today.
Okay. I would like to have a conversation with Gorza, but in the interest of like letting other people, I've talked a lot this episode. So if you want to go to somebody else for this last half hour, please feel free. But I would like to talk to Gorza when you come back to me.
Okay. 7. Let's go to 7. Up in the crow's nest. Can you roll perception?
Perception. That is going to be a 22 total.
Okay. Probably 100, 150 yards off to the west. Actually, I guess this would be the north. To the north of you. In the area where they said that you should not be traveling overland. You see what looks to be a very large band of orcs traveling in a northeasterly direction over the plains.
Seven would just lean down and shout out to whoever's down below. I'm assuming Rag is down below, so
Yep.
just to give him a heads up, there are people on the shore.
He sort of looks out and he yells back up at you. It's okay. I've got a writ of passage and an understanding with most of the orc tribes. That's why we can sail this river without any issue.
Should this one be concerned that you said most of the orc tribes?
Only if it becomes a problem. Then you can worry.
This one finds that to be good advice. This one will not worry. I'll turn back to my duties.
Okay. We're gonna go to Travers next before we go to Jaytham.
Perfect. Glad we had that interlude. So I'm going to walk up to Gorza and I'm going to be like, hey, if you want to shovel shit this morning, you go right ahead. But I got to ask you something. And I'm going to do the cool guy, boost myself up and kind of plop down next to him. I got to ask. And I'm assuming that I had to do a little small talk with him to gather this information. Because I think it was Esther that mentioned that Tog was the newest person.
Mm-hmm.
So throughout this small talk, I gather that. And then I say, I gotta ask, what did you do to the captain to get you down here in mucking the stables?
I didn't do anything. We generally take turns. This voyage just happens to be my turn, alternating into the stables.
But Tog's the newest person. What did you do to get down here?
Just my turn in the rotation.
You don't resent that at all?
No, everybody takes a turn in here. Even Halrek sometimes.
Even Halrek, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
the only benefit to having passengers on board is that one of you takes one of the shifts, so one of the crew doesn't have to.
Oh,
it's not the most desirable job, but it's got to be done.
Absolutely, I respect that. Yeah. The more I hear about this captain, the more I gotta respect him. I don't know. How do you feel about him?
I told you, he's a good man.
Okay. And I'm gonna see anything? Shifty eyes?
Roll perception.
Great. Mm-mm-mm. That is a 16.
You get the sense that he definitely respects Rag. Much like one of the other people. Much like Crowthrough, I believe.
Yeah.
Everybody respects Rag. They may not necessarily like him as a person, but that doesn't really matter. They know that they can trust him to have their best interests, and he trusts them to do their job. And
Perfect.
so it's just like a mutual respect kind of thing. Even if you don't like that person, you still respect them.
Got it. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna leave you to it. I'm going to enjoy my morning.
All right. I appreciate you switching with me. I got some plans later.
Oh, really? What you doing?
It's kind of a personal thing. I'll keep to myself if you don't mind.
Oh, who's the lucky orc?
It's not like that.
Oh, okay. All right.
I appreciate you helping me out.
Oh, of course. I mean, I know we just met, but I feel a certain kinship. You can tell me if you Need any help with anything? I mean, I'm good. I'm just gonna be walking around the ship.
Actually, you should probably take my shift rowing this morning. If Rag sees you walking around not doing anything, he'll lay into you.
Rowing. Well,
It's easy.
If this body was meant for one thing, it's manual labor. So, all right. Okay, so I'm gonna go. And good luck with your definitely not a date. And I wink at him.
It's like, thanks.
Okay.
And so that gives you the opportunity to go down into the rowing bay. Halrex sees you walk in, and she's like, "Where's Gorza?"
Oh, he's taking the morning shift in the stables, and he sent me to cover him.
Oh, well, all right. As long as we got a body down here. And you hear from above, there's like this grate in the deck above, and Rag yells down, "All right, let's get underway." And Halrex begins beating on the drums to sound the in time with the rowing. Jaytham
I'm
and
still row.
yep, Jaytham and Travers. Can you both roll athletics?
I mean, yep. Hey, that's
Right.
thank God, because I got nothing to add to that.
So you both are able to keep time with Halrex. A couple of hours go by. It's not a frantic pace, but it's not a slow pace either. So at a certain point, you begin to sweat. It's not easy work. Could you both please roll perception as well?
That's a 27.
23.
23. All right. So at a certain point, you both hear a massive noise coming from beyond that locked door. Sounds like a crashing sound, and then an ungodly, unearthly roar. The door bursts open, and your old friend, the four-armed gorilla, comes running through the door with a bellow. We are going to join initiative.
Esther, come down here. Make friends with the gorilla.
I'm just going to group you all up so I can add you all to the tracker easily.
Go. All right. That's a dirty 20. So I'm not sure how this works, but it was an 11. Then a dice hit mine. It rolled a 2.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. It's
okay.
Yeah, it'll still give you the number that you actually rolled.
Right.
Okay. Well, it is the gorilla's turn first.
Oh.
That was not a soft noise, so everybody on deck is aware that something happened. You would have felt the boat shudder. The breaking through the door in the wall would not be subtle, so you'd all hear it and see it.
Can I ask a question so I can plan my turn before we get into the thick of battle?
Yes.
In terms of how this map is working, is it safe to assume that these, because I can see the other boat area, but that's stacked above or below me, right?
Yes. So
Where are the stairs? Yeah.
stairs are
Right
right
there. Okay, thank
Yep.
you.
Gorilla's gonna move right up to Halrex.
Actually, I apologize. Something bad happens first.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. We'll see.
I love that you chose.
I forgot to
Voldemort.
roll it, so... What the hell is this? Alright, I have to do a will save against myself. Or I'm dazzled. I'm fine.
All right.
Yep.
So Esther, everybody on deck sees this blast of numerous tiny flying creatures that are bright, colorful lights explode from the crow's nest.
Can I flavor that slightly?
Yeah, sure.
So, did you guys ever watch The Green Mile? You remember when John
Yes.
Coffey would
Oh,
have
yeah.
all these little bugs come out? That's probably what happens. Just
Perfect.
luminous little gnats and things escape Seven's mouth. Oh.
How very Seven. All right, Gorilla is going to, with one arm, grab at Halrex. And succeed. Halrex is grabbed. And then I'm gonna flavor his strike as he swings her into the wall. Oops. Well, natural one's a natural one. So he tries to swing her into the wall. Travers, you were right there. You
Yeah.
see the gorilla doesn't look right. His eyes are kind of glassy, and his movements are very sluggish.
Mm-hmm.
For his last action, he is going to throw Halrex, just like down the hallway. Travers, it is your turn.
Great. So when I was in the room earlier, did I notice any piles of drugs in there that they use to drug him? No, nothing. Great. I am going to let me see if I can do this. So this is going to be wild. What do I want to do? I am going to who am I? I'm Travers Bicklewash. Am I able to tumble behind from there? Or do I need to like move up to him to tumble behind?
You would have to move up to him to do that, I believe.
Great. I'm basically well, then never mind. I am going to move past him to the. How far can I go? 30 feet?
You have 30 feet for one action. You
Right.
can always use multiple actions to move further if you would like.
I'm going to move 30 feet into this door. Oh, it collides with the wall.
Oh, yeah, I can move you up there.
Great. I am going to. So my goal is to distract the gorilla and give everybody a chance to collect themselves. I'm going to throw one of my knives at the gorilla.
Okay.
That's my second action.
So go ahead and it's an action to grab the knife from your necklace, I believe.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, because you have to interact with it to grab the dagger from the necklace.
Great.
But then your third action can be to throw it.
I'm gonna grab it. Can I shout like, "Hey, you big lug!" And can I hide in the room?
Hiding is an action, so you can either hide or you can throw the dagger.
So I would like to grab the dagger as my second action,
okay.
And then I'm going to hide. As is shouting a separate action to get the gorilla's attention?
I usually say that talking is free as long as it's not like you're not monologuing.
All right.
You can always just shout something as you're moving or whatever.
I'm going to shout, "Hey, you four-armed creep," and I'm going to hide.
Okay.
But I have a dagger.
Yep. So your third action would be to move into the room out of sight.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. 7. It is your turn.
Okay. I'm 35 feet up right now, so the closeness. This thing over here is at a grade that allows me to look down.
Yes.
And can I see the gorilla through
it? You would be able to see part of the gorilla, but not the whole thing. So he would have.
I only need to see parts. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead, and he's grappling someone, right?
He threw her, so he's not currently holding anything.
Not grappling anyone. Great. I'm gonna go ahead and cast. I'm just gonna stretch out my hand and squeeze tightly. Try and grab the gorilla's spine again. Give it a good shake. I cast Bone Shaker. And we'll see what happens. I'm gonna do the 3-action version.
Ooh, alright.
Oh, sorry, let me click that.
Oh, he gets a save.
So I'm going to take half this damage. Still 15 points of damage, and I'm going to move the target 5 feet. I want to kind of shove it backwards, like over here, 5 feet. Just put it away from everyone.
Okay.
Because I have no idea.
And doing that allows you to see him more clearly.
Yeah. There's 3 actions. That's all I could do.
Okay.
So, action check. Up.
Jaytham.
Okay, so Jaytham does not know that this ape is supposed to be there. I mean, not like he's supposed to be on the ship. I'm gonna go ahead and 1, 2, 3. It says I collide with a wall. I want to move like right here, up to it.
I should probably just remove those walls.
And I'm going to, second action, raise my shield. And I am going to hit it with my third action.
Okay.
And I have this cool new weapon. So let's see what that what that does. Oh, well, 19.
19 hits.
Okay, so I'm gonna target it, I think, and damage it. Oh man, that's not great. But
Rough
well.
damage, but damage is damage.
Yep. That's it for me.
All right. Esther. Gajnak
Okay.
says, what was that noise?
I don't know. Stay here. Keep an eye on
I was
Demas.
gonna.
Okay. I want Demas to stay down here too, but I'm gonna go upstairs. I think I don't know if it matters which staircase I go up. The amount of movement that it requires me is the same. Will you just put me in the direction? I got to use 30
Sure.
of my feet to go towards the sound. I'm not sure exactly where to go. And if I have to use multiple movements, let me know too.
You can use one and get to the bottom of the stairs.
Ooh, okay.
Be right
Okay. I might have to move, use a second one then to get into where I can see. So I can do that though.
Yep.
So my second move, I closed the door. I was like, I don't want to see that. And then I
Close the door. You guys are on your own. Bye.
Yeah, never mind. Okay, so I've used 2 of my actions to do that. And I guess seeing all of this happen, I'm just gonna do the only thing that I know to do to try to help everybody, which is say everybody, I'm gonna say something inspiring. It was something like everybody's already watching out. Look lively, we've got this, or something like that. Whatever. Something more than I can think of at the moment. And I'm singing courageously. That's it for me. All 3 actions.
So everybody in the room gets Courageous Anthem. I'll put it on the NPCs as well. Just because you weren't here for that part, Halrex is on the ground. She's prone.
Is that who's right in front of me?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
So she's on the ground in front of you.
Can I, for flavor, say that I would have stooped down to put like a hand on her when I said my motivating thing?
Absolutely.
Great, thank you.
Next up is Urug, who is going to get away from the gorilla. That's just going to be her turn. Halrex is going to stand up for 1 action. So she's no longer prone. She is going to. Oh, she doesn't have to move. She's going to stay right there. She's going to target the gorilla. And I'm lagging a little bit. Bear with me here. He's going to cast Enfeeble at it. He succeeds. So he is enfeebled 1. Okay. Next up is Crothu.
My man.
Yeah, he's going to run forward. And then he's going to try and get behind. And then he's going to punch the gorilla. That's what Crothu likes to do. He likes to hit things. $13. Yeah, that's going to hit. Okay. Next up is the gorilla. He's going to swing once at Jaytham, once at Crothu. Then we'll see what he does after that. Depends on if he hits. So first attack on Jaytham. That'll hit. That's a 29.
I am gonna my shield was already raised, so I'm gonna
Okay.
shield block there. And
So go ahead and click block.
right?
Yep. And then click damage.
Okay.
After you
Block damage. Got it. Okay.
Shield absorbs all of that damage. And then he swings at Crothu. That's a critical hit. $22 points of damage to Crothu. And because he hit, he's going to then try to bite him and hopefully finish him off. That's actually a miss. His AC is not 10. I don't know why it says that. Okay. Next up is Travers.
Wow. 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 Okay. So I want to try and corral this thing in this room. I'm assuming the door is shattered, right? Pieces?
Yes.
Great. I'm also going to try to get his attention. So here's what I would like to do. You let me know how I can do this. If I want to tie a knot on both sides of the door in order to like get his attention and trip him, how would I do that action wise?
It would be an action to grab the rope from your bag.
Okay.
It would be you'd have to move to get into position. That would be one action to move. And then an interact action to tie the rope, and then on your next turn you can move and then tie the other end.
You only live once. I'm going to move into the doorway. I'm going to throw that knife at the big guy. Let's see.
Yeah. So click on his token and then hit the T on your keyboard to target him.
Okay.
And then on your sheet, under actions, click the strike +9 thrown usage of the dagger.
Right. It said, please target before I attack.
No. So it didn't target, but that's okay. That is a hit.
Great.
It is just missed the crit.
Okay. So I roll damage.
Yep. Click on damage. 6 points of damage. Little dagger flies through the air, hits the gorilla.
I'm gonna shout, "Over here, you big four-armed creep!" I mean, the insult did so well the first time. I'm gonna use it again.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move to the very back, like, oh, oops,
There you go.
like, yeah, over there,
Sure.
so he can see me and run at me.
All right. 7.
Okay. I have an issue where all of my spells are 30 feet except for Bone Shaker, and I have no more second level spells. So, 7's just gonna jump.
Okay.
Jump. So that is going to be... I'm not going to try and rush my full, so I'm just going to take the damage, which is half the distance spell, which I think is 35 feet up, you said, so that would be 17.
Yep.
What is it? 30. I'll figure out the math. Oh, wait. So Tempe goes first, and then 7, so that'll be 34. There we go. I'm fine. Barely injured. I crash,
There.
I'm prone.
That's not
one
even the weirdest
action,
thing you've
just
done
like-
today.
No, not even. And I like, he just sort of like, he doesn't like, it's not a graceful jump, he just sort of like clambers over, just goes, his limbs all akimbo, hits down hard, and then kind of drag himself over so he can see down below. And I think he's gonna go ahead and cast... How about we do... Just want to do Fortitude. It's Reflex. It's AC. It's Cover. Fortunately... Yeah. Okay. He's going to go ahead and cast Fear.
Okay. Fails his save.
So that's fighting 2, and well, and that's going to be it. That was move and the 2 action spell.
All right. Jaytham.
Okay, action 1, gonna hit him with the hammer.
The gorilla seems very frightened all of a sudden.
Jaytham doesn't care. I mean, Dan would. Dan would. But Jaytham doesn't care.
Understandable.
So strike him 1 time. Oh, does a natural 20 hit?
Let me just check my notes. Yeah, that'll
All
hit.
right, great. And then, okay, so I hit
Just click critical.
critical.
We'll ignore the 14. Just if you hit critical, it'll do the doubling math for you.
Okay.
Same roll, essentially.
Okay, great.
Jaytham, would you like to describe your killing blow?
Well, I assume after he gets struck with the flying dagger that the gorilla turns towards Travers. And when he does that, I just like smack him in the back of the head. And it's kind of like, I'm stealing this description from Tara, actually, but I think that it is apt, where it's like in a movie where somebody gets hit in the head and you don't think anything is going to happen at first, and then all of a sudden he just starts bleeding from the head, and he falls forward. And then I yell to Travers, like, "Why are you making fun of my forearms?" That's it.
All right. We're going to end the encounter.
How long have you been on that one, Dan?
Well, I mean, since you said forearm freak.
So, 25 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
On that note, I think that is a good place to wrap up for the evening. You have a dead four-armed gorilla. The last thing that Rag says before we end is, "Whose turn was it to drug him?" Then that is it. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. We hope you enjoyed it. I know I had some fun. Our next game is going to be January 5th. Because of the holidays, we're going to take a week off. So we will see everybody here in 1 month. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great evening, everybody.
Bye.
Good holiday. Bye.